Welcome back to the Regents Pod, or welcome to the Regents Pod if you are a new viewer joining us. And we are back for 2025. Let's go.
Come on.
So we are not joined with a guest today, which is very weird, very strange. We haven't done a podcast.
Where are we?
Where are we? Where are we? We are in a new studio for this great first episode back. And it feels good. It feels nice. It feels different.
It is different.
But it's good. A good different. So today we have a wonderful lineup produced by Ben, who's going to tell us a little bit about what we have coming up in this episode.
So what you can expect in this episode, we're going to be chatting a little bit about mythology.
Nice.
Different types of mythology. We're going to be talking about biblical football, whatever that means. And we're also going to be chatting about something that I have found a little bit about, which is spiritual geography. Which is interesting. I find it really interesting, and I've been meaning to talk to you about it for a while.
So, yeah, you don't talk to me outside of the podcast.
Basically, James and I have come up with a little bit of a different way of doing the podcast. For episodes like this one, where one of us comes up with all of the research and the little games that we play. And so James has absolutely no idea what I'm about to talk about.
So I am terrified right now. I am so scared.
But next time it'll be James's turn, and then it's my turn to be terrified. So, but I'm really excited, and it basically means that I haven't been able to talk to you about this certain subject for a while because I don't know, I've just been ignoring you really. But
yeah, that's I've been asking.
On. So the first thing I want to chat about, as I'm a big fan. I'm interested. I've always been interested in it. It's Greek mythology.
Oh yeah.
Do you like Greek mythology?
I do.
And there's like just loads of different things about it that I think is so cool and that I think is worth talking about. Okay. And if we talk about that at the start, down the line, it's going to make a little bit more sense while we're talking about it so much.
I'm here.
So the first thing I want to talk about is, what is your favourite Greek myth? Have you got one?
I don't. Do I have one?
Do you have one?
I don't know. I can't remember his name. I think I do have one. Basically, the guy who's like trying to get the big boulder up the hill.
Oh, Sisyphus.
Yeah. Sisyphus, yeah. That's my favourite, I reckon.
And you just relate to that?
I just like it, yeah. Just a man struggling. yeah, that's a bit of me, that.
just love the grind.
Yeah, that's
Cannot stop pushing that boulder.
I'm so hardworking, and I think that's why I relate to the character.
Sure. Can't stop, won't stop. That is cool. I like that one.
What's yours?
Well, whilst researching this, I kind of found one of my new favourite ones.
Ooh.
And it's about the god Apollo and this girl called Cassandra, which is a cool name anyway. I think Cassandra's quite a cool name. But basically, Apollo says to Cassandra is like, she wants to be able to predict the future. She's like, that's all she wants. I just want to predict the future. I just want to predict the future. And Apollo is like, I'll grant you that if you sleep with me, right? Because that's how they always go, don't they?
Can we have this on the podcast? Is this going to be okay to broadcast?
And he's like, if you sleep with me, then I'll give it to you. And they're like, okay, sure. So he gives her the power.
Yeah.
And then he's like, right, time to sleep with me, I guess. And then she's like, actually, nah, I'm not doing that. So he's fuming. And instead of just taking it away, he makes it so everything that she prophesies, comes true. And everything that she gets is spot on, just as she asked, but no one believes her.
Wow.
I think that is
just like Boy Who Cried Wolf.
Literally, but every single time. Well, sort of, because it's like she's right every time, but every time she says, everyone's like, shut up, Cassandra.
Yeah, we do not believe.
Yeah, so like, the other famous story, like the Trojan horse.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, there's men inside there. There's people in the wall. And everyone else is just like...
no, it's a gift.
What is this lovely gift for me? A lovely horse. So I think that's jokes. But there's like so many cool things about Greek mythology that like impact like even just Greece today. Like, the story of Theseus and the Minotaur.
Okay.
And basically, King Aegeus.
Oh yeah, me and him go way back. Yeah.
that's Thingy's dad. Theseus' dad.
Okay.
And he sends him off to kill the Minotaur or whatever. And he gives him instructions. He's like, when you come back, he's like, if you're alive, get your shipmates to put up a white sail. So I know you're alive. Okay. And if you're dead, tell him to put up a black sail. So like, I know you're dead. So like from afar, his dad can see. Anyway, long story short, he doesn't die.
Oh, hip hip hooray!
He comes back on the ship and he's going back towards his homeland, but he forgot to change the flags. So it's a black flag when it should be a white flag, and his dad sees it from a distance, and he's like, oh no! And in grief, he just jumps off a cliff into the sea. Okay, now that sea today is called the Aegean Sea. So the Aegean Sea is a real place, and it's apparently where King Aegean just jumped off because he'd had enough. That's what I mean.
Wow.
So it's interesting, isn't it? The way that these myths kind of impact the way that Greece is set up, but other parts of the world as well.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot.
And the other thing I want to talk about, and another thing, is the Greek gods.
Yeah.
Because growing up, I was always interested in the Greek gods because I thought it was really strange.
Yeah, I have to tell you now, Ben, they're not real.
I was always interested, or are they?
Oh. Find out after
later.
The break.
and so Greece has a pantheon, okay? Like on Mount Olympus, they've got this thing called a pantheon. It's 12 gods. And I've got them written down because I couldn't remember them all.
Yeah, fair enough.
How many can you remember? Do you know any?
Probably like
go on.
All right, well, you've got Zeus.
Nice.
Zeus, that is one. Yeah. Poseidon.
Yeah.
Ares.
Yeah.
That's, to name a few.
To name a few. It's an extensive list.
Yeah.
Well, I have the 12. Zeus, Hera, Athena, Aphrodite, Apollo, Artemis, Hephaestus, Hermes, Poseidon, Dionysus, Demeter, and Ares.
Right.
Very cool. Big range of gods.
They got cool names.
They do have cool names, don't they? Which one's got the coolest name? Oh, I mean, Poseidon is just cool, isn't it? Poseidon is cool. Artemis, for some reason, sounds cool.
Yeah.
They're all pretty cool.
All of them.
But I wanted to talk about the Greek gods.
All right.
Because I think they're really interesting.
Yeah.
And I think the way that some of the stories work are just crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But before we do that, I've got a little game.
Got a little game. I love games.
James doesn't know anything about this game, and I'm hoping that it's not going to flop. Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a word, and you have to tell me: is it a Greek mythology word, or is it a medical term that I found?
Like it. I like it.
Is it a Greek myth, or is it a medical term?
Right. I know nothing about both of those subjects.
and I might not know how to pronounce them. Okay. So maybe that's not going to work in anyone's favour.
That's fair. Well, we'll see a massive cut in this video if it just goes out.
Number 1. Asthenia. Asthenia.
Probably medicine.
Yes, it is a medicine. It refers to a physical weakness or fatigue, typically caused by illness or lack of energy. There we go. Number 2.
Yes.
Chimera.
That is Greek.
It's actually both.
What? That is not the game.
Sorry about that.
So I'm both right and wrong.
Yes, you are. Yeah. In Greek mythology, it's basically this fire-breathing creature with like the body of a lion, the head of a goat, and this tail of a snake. And I've not written down what the medical term is. It's
just irrelevant, really.
It is also a medical term, I promise.
Nice.
I promise it is a medical term.
Nobody believed you.
Okay. Number 3. Cyanosis.
No.
It's tricky.
It is tricky. It's not easy. I'll go. I don't think it is medical. I feel it is Greek. But I'll go medical.
It's medical.
In fact, I think it's medical because I know it's medical.
It's a condition where the skin, lips, or nails appear bluish due to a lack of oxygen in the blood.
Ooh.
Number 4.
Yes.
Edema.
I hardly know. Medical again.
It is medical again.
Yes.
It's a swelling caused by excess fluid trapped in the body's tissue. There we go. Wow. Number 5.
Yeah.
Erytherma. Yeah. Erythema.
Erythema sounds... I mean, I don't have no idea. I was going to say it sounds more right. I don't know. We'll go Greek.
It's medical. Come on.
Oh, no.
Yes.
I mean medical.
It is the redness of a skin. I mean, I probably said it wrong, so it doesn't matter. But redness of a skin caused by increased blood flow. Number 6, Orpheus.
Is it Greek?
I was running out of words right on mistake. Yes. Greek musician. Legendary Greek musician.
Nice. Very nice.
Number 7. There's 10, by the way. I can't say this one. I've tried so many times in practice.
Well, that's a long word.
Myasthenia. M-Y-A-S-T-H.
Please don't spell it. Please don't go through that. Is it Greek?
No, it's a medical term. It's a muscle weakness. There we go.
Wow.
Thanatos.
Greek.
Yes. Greek god of death.
I might just say Greek now.
There we go. Strabismus.
Ooh, medical.
Yes. You're so good at this game.
Well, what can I say?
Okay, and Syrinx.
Greek.
Both. Got him
Stop
again.
doing that. Not another one.
Yeah, it's a Greek mythology figure or a cavity or tube in the body, such as your spinal cord.
Nice.
There we go. So that was a little, is it Greek, is it a medical term game, which I thought was quite fun, actually.
That is fun.
That is quite fun. Maybe you can think of your own at home.
Yeah. Or maybe you played along.
Or maybe you played along. Yeah.
But you didn't beat me, did you?
But back to Greek mythology and the gods. I think what's so cool, and this is how I'm sort of tying it back into Regents and what we're doing at Regents.
Okay.
Because all of this kind of stemmed from a conversation I had last year with a very clever man called Dr. Martin Clay.
That's not my name, Ben.
It's not your name. You're not the very clever man. But what I was thinking is, right, here we go. We're looking at different mythologies, different gods. And what kind of different gods do you know? Like areas?
War?
No, like places.
Oh.
Because there's more than just Greek gods.
Oh, okay. Well, Egypt?
Egyptian gods, yeah.
Egyptian gods?
Yeah.
The Incas?
Yeah.
They worship.
We've got like Roman gods.
Yeah.
We've got Norse gods.
French, probably.
Probably. We've got Mesopotamian gods.
You got Norse.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Norse gods. Yeah. There's so many, and like over in Japan.
Of course.
And I was thinking, why are there so many gods over there? Why are there so many gods?
Yeah, what are they doing over
there? Why is there so many gods, and why are so many different people worshipping these gods?
Yeah.
When ultimately they're almost exactly the same everywhere you go.
Interesting.
Like Odin up in the Vikings, and Zeus
up in the
Vikings, and Zeus over in Greece. I mean, they're very similar characters.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But they're like miles and miles apart. So how are they? And I was very confused. And so I took it back to the basics, and this is where Martin Clay comes in because he's very helpful. Yeah. We're talking about the creation story in the Torah module last year, which if you've watched the Regents pod before, you'll know was one of my favourite modules and one of the most confusing modules because I just spent the whole time confused, but I had a great time. And the common theme in all of these creation stories, Greek, Egypt, Norse, Mesopotamia, is they all start in a very similar way, which is crazy. Yeah. So the gods that they have are very similar, and the stories that they have of when they started are also very similar. So I thought I'd take a look. So the Greek mythology starts when basically there's this big void, and it's called chaos. Yeah. The void is called chaos. And then out of nowhere, there's these beings, and they start fighting each other and all of this stuff. And there's conflict, and everything's made, pretty much. Long story short, that's not really what it's like, but we don't have time to go over the beginnings of the Greek universe. Of course. Okay, in Egypt, there's a watery chaos, right? So it's not just a void, but it's like a watery chaos. That's what they call it. Yeah. And out of that comes life. Interesting. In Mesopotamia and Babylon, we did a little bit of this in reading the Enuma Elish, if you remember.
Right, yeah.
There's, again, watery chaos.
Yeah.
And then out of all of this conflict of these beings fighting each other comes the earth and man out of violence and conflict.
So it's all conflict and violence
Yeah.
oriented.
Yeah, and chaos.
Yeah.
And I was reading up about the Norse mythology. And I don't know if anyone else out there knows about the start of Norse mythology and the creation of the world, but I think it's jokes. It's so funny. There's a cow.
What?
There is a cosmic cow.
Cosmic cow.
Yeah, cosmic
Does it
cow.
have a name or is it just cosmic cow?
A Dumla. A Dumla, the cosmic cow.
What does the cow do?
So, Niflheim, which is the land of ice, it's like just all icy plains, and Muspelheim, which is like fire and hell, they collide, and out of that comes chaos again.
Right.
And out of that, there is a Dumla, the cosmic cow,
Yeah.
and this other titan, and that's it. And the cosmic cow starts licking some of this ice and frees a giant from the ice. It's crazy. I don't know what the cow's doing there, but a Dumla, the cosmic cow, is the start of Norse mythology.
Interesting.
Which I think's hilarious.
That is very funny.
And I was
very random.
As I was reading it, I was like, "What's this cosmic? A Dumla? Is that you?
He's back! Don't free the giant.
Don't free the giant. Oh, he's gone." But this made me think and read a little bit more about what we were talking about earlier, and that is, if these people are worshipping these gods, are they real?
Interesting.
And you know, in the Bible, we read, for me anyway, when I was younger, and reading the Ten Commandments, you know, it's like, you'll not have any other gods beside me. And I'm like, oh my days, that's so easy. That's so easy because there's no other gods. Why would he ask me to do that if he's the only God? And all the way through the Bible, he's like, I am the one true God. I'm like, yeah, because you're the only God. That's your God. Do you know what I mean? How am I going to put other gods before you? Yeah. And so then I read it, I was like, well, it's probably metaphorical gods, isn't it? Like, I'm not going to put my phone, I'm not going to give anything the place of God that isn't God. Yeah.
And I like to think of it as like the Israelites have just come out of Egypt where they're worshipping these Egyptian gods. And so for them, it's very like, oh, we've been doing all this, but actually God's told us we shouldn't be doing that. And so for them, it would be very apparent about what those gods would have been. I think.
That's very true.
Yeah.
So I started to do a little bit more research into this. And my primary focus from this was I was reading through the Bible and Baal kept coming up. You know, old Baal. Old Baal. Oh, yeah. And all these people are like worshipping Baal, but not everyone is worshipping Baal. Like the Canaanites are worshipping Baal, right? And sometimes the Israelites are worshipping Baal. That's not good. They should not be doing that.
Alarm bells.
I was going to say a Baal alarm bells, but never mind.
And yet you still did. You knew you shouldn't, and you still did. Gonna have to take a big long look at yourself.
Anyway.
Yes.
Anyway, forget that. If you can, please forget I said that. Anyway, so Baal is over in this place, and I think to myself, why aren't the Greeks worshipping Baal? Why are they worshipping Zeus? Why isn't Baal over there? Do you know what I mean?
Interesting.
And so I started looking at it. And we're going to read from the Bible, because that's always a good place to read from, isn't it?
The best place to read from.
The best place to read from. In fact. I want to read from Genesis 11. Do you know what happened in Genesis 11, James? Testing your knowledge now.
Please don't test my knowledge. Something happens.
The Tower of Babel.
That was going to be my answer, actually.
That was going to be a guess.
Yeah.
So, God says, verse 6, if as one people speaking the same language they have begun to do this, nothing they plan to do will be impossible for them. Come, let us go down and confuse their language so they don't understand each other. So the Lord scatters them.
Yeah.
Right. And the Lord scatters men.
I know where this is going.
And he also scatters, who else does he scatter? The sons of God. Who are they? Who are the sons of God?
Not this again.
Not this. No. We're not going. We're not. Yeah, the sons of God. So I was really interested in that.
Yeah.
And we're skipping ahead a bit.
Okay.
We're going to Deuteronomy.
Okay.
Deuteronomy 32. I will find it. Deuteronomy 32:8. When the Most High, this is reflecting on the Tower of Babel. When the Most High, God, gave the nations their inheritance, when he divided up all mankind, he set up boundaries for the peoples according to the number of sons in Israel. So Yahweh has split up the nations, and he's sent some of the sons of man over here, and he sent some of the sons of God. So for the Canaanites, they've been put over here at some point, and Baal, a son of God, has been sent over there.
This is not where I thought it was going. Never mind.
No, it's not where we thought it was going.
Interesting.
And I spent a long time reflecting. I read a great book last year before. Yeah. It was called God Has a Name by John Mark Comer. Okay. And that was the kind of first time that I was kind of introduced to this topic of there being other gods. Right. Because my entire life is, like I said, just been, it's just God. There's one God. But actually, it's funny that you mentioned earlier, well, are all of these Greek gods even real? Yeah. I think they are. I think they are real. And it's interesting for a number of reasons. Because now, in my head, looking back, when we read the Old Testament, and we read the New Testament as well, we'll get onto that, but the Old Testament, and we look at the Israelites like worshipping other gods. For me, at one point, I always thought, well, stupid Israelites. What are they doing worshipping other gods? They don't even exist. Yeah. How are you going to worship a God that doesn't exist? I do a better job than them if I was there, because I know that it's only Yahweh. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But actually, these other gods did exist, or do exist. And that's why, when we read again, like, we speak about it all the time, don't we? Like, there's powers and principalities of the world, and all right, I've never made the connection between those two, actually.
Interesting.
Do you know what I mean?
I'm following.
You're following?
Yeah.
Following.
Yeah.
I'm very, very not very clued up in all this. I do not claim to know everything. I just want to share my interest. And everyone who's watching this, if you know stuff, which I'm sure you do, please comment and tell us, because I want to find out more. I think it's so interesting.
With that logic, one thing that I would like to ask is the current world religions, Islam, Judaism, well, I suppose that's, already been established.
Yes.
Hinduism, all these different things. How does that relate, according to your logic, of those gods were real in that sense? Mm-hmm. What about the gods that they worship?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean...
So what sets us apart?
What sets us apart in what sense? What us, as Christians?
As religions, Christianity.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's
pretty obvious that we follow Yahweh, the triune God, Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Yeah. And we believe that it goes back to the word Elohim, where as much as it is describing who Yahweh is, it's also a category of being. Right. So like Yahweh is an Elohim, and he is Elohim, but there's also other Elohim, but it's like capitalized E. Right. Do you remember? Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Sort of. And that's kind of just like, I don't know. It roped me into some sort of understanding to look at all of these different things. And like, are these gods split up and distributed? So, another thing that I want to talk about is, where is it? It is in 1 Corinthians chapter 6. And this is interesting because the stuff that we're kind of chatting through then has a very tangible, reading, if you like. Verse 18. It's Paul speaking about sexual immorality in Corinth. Flee from sexual immorality. All other sins a person commits outside the body, but whoever sins sexually sins against their own body. Do you not know that your bodies are temples of the Holy Spirit who is in you, whom you have received from God? You are not your own. You are bought at a price. Therefore, honor God with your bodies. And this is an instruction to all the people living in Corinth. Like, come on, guys. Sexual immorality, let's not do it. We've read it before, we know what it means. But, and this is what's so exciting to me, not exciting, but interesting. In Corinth, that is where the temple to Aphrodite was built. The temple to the goddess of love and fertility and sexuality and reproduction and all that kind of stuff. And the issue that the people in Corinth are having is to do with all that kind of stuff. The God that they are worshipping in the temple to do with lust, it has having an effect on them. I thought, wow, that's interesting. Like, we're reading the Bible where, I mean, it's easy to just read that and be like, yeah, we know Paul, we've heard you say it before, like...
It's in where he is.
But it's where he is, he's telling it to these people in Corinth who are having an issue with that in the temple.
Yeah.
And another part, Acts 19, let's go back there. This is really interesting because it's not just about, basically, Paul goes to Ephesus, right? And, where's it gone? Oh yeah, there's riots. There's riots and stuff because there's a silversmith who's making silver and he's selling his silver at the shrine of the temple of Artemis, which was another Greek god. And she's like the god of like the hunt, I think, or something like that. And like all of these businessmen come to the temple of Artemis and buy this guy's silverwares. And Paul comes in and he's like, you know, talking to them about Jesus and that kind of thing. It's just so fun to read. He's like, you know, a silversmith named Demetrius who made silver shrines. Okay, so this guy's making silver shrines of Artemis. He brought in a lot of businessmen and craftsmen. He called them together along with the workers. And he said, you know, my friends, we receive a good income from this business. And you see and hear how this fellow Paul has convinced and led astray large numbers of people who were in Ephesus. So all of these people that are coming to the temple of Artemis to buy this guy's silverware, now they hear about Jesus and they're like, oh, I don't want to buy that anymore. Yeah. And this guy's like, oh, I'm out of business. I just think that's so funny. Like, and then there's riots because he's fuming because it's just great. And I think, you know, it's that idol culture in Greece and all over the world, really, when we read about, you know, sacrificing to idols and all of that stuff. And actually, sure, maybe it is just a statue, but actually there's something more behind the statue of what the Son of God that they are sacrificing it to. So I just thought that was interesting. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, it's very interesting. I think if you go back to the Corinthians part, what really stood out to me is like with the Aphrodite bit and like having the effect on them, could you argue in a way that could be just a placebo? That because of the culture of that place is, oh no, we have to you know, make sacrifices to Aphrodite, we have to do all this. Could that not just alter their brain chemistry to think and lead them to believe that what they're doing is to honour that God, whereas that's interesting. Prove that, you know, Aphrodite is about.
True.
But it could be that placebo effect. Really interesting.
That is interesting. Yeah. I did want to quickly bring up some of the Egyptian gods. Okay. Because Ra, the sun god. Yeah. Because I think it's so funny. My favourite Egyptian god, that sounds bad. Whoa, not in that way.
Do you want to rewind?
I think the funniest Egyptian god is the god of death. Because
real funny.
all of these gods, they're like Ra and Osiris and Horus and all this. The god of death is called Seth.
It just rhymes.
It's just Seth, the god of death, which I think is funny. And I think we might have spoken about this before, but what's really cool is the 10 plagues sent on Exodus. Yes. They all link to the Egyptian gods. Oh, how cool is that?
It's so perfect.
How cool is that? Yahweh is like, yeah, see this god? Well, I'm better than that god. See this god? I'm better than that god. And I've got a list of them. So like, Happy is the god of the Nile, and he just turns the water into blood. What's your god going to do? Do you know what I mean? I so excited. Literally, so and then every single day or every single plague, there's one, and then on the the 3 days of darkness, Ra, the sun god, and finally, on the 10th one of the firstborn, the Egyptians actually believe that Pharaoh was a son of Ra. So they're like, right, get rid of all the firstborns. Yeah. And I mean, it's so interesting when you read it without that knowledge. It's just not the same. Like you read it and you think, oh, okay, God's turned the water to blood. That's a little bit strange. Not going to have any water. Or there's frogs everywhere. That's weird. Do you know what I mean? But then when
it's all planned out,
and it is coming against a different Egyptian god each time. Yeah. And you think, wow, that's so cool. It is amazing. So cool. Genuine. Well, minus some technical difficulties, we are back. Unfortunately, our microphones died.
Yeah, not good.
We have topped up the charge. And we are right back into it.
We should be.
So, James, I know we mentioned earlier about a football team.
I'm actually so excited for that.
I'm actually so excited. Me and James have been planning this for a long time. Yeah. We have discussed a 5-a-side football team of our choosing with biblical characters and why. So it's going to work a little bit like a draft pick. So James will pick one and then I'll pick one. And if it's someone that James has picked, then I can then not pick them. So, kick us off, James.
All right, well, first, we're starting with our goalkeeper, and it will be the fish that swallowed Jonah. You see, stops everything that gets in its way, really. It's on a mission. It's not going to let anything into the net. It's great. Not even going to let itself into the net.
Whoa, I like it.
There we go. So, yeah,
that was terrible.
That's my I thought it was pretty good.
No, it's good. I like it.
Nice.
So I don't even know if I want to go for my first pick anymore.
Do it.
Okay, I'm going to go somewhere else. My first pick, there's no positions really for mine.
You have already lost. I'm telling you.
You have already lost. I'm going to go with Job.
Ooh.
Really, because
so he can cry on the pitch.
He does well under pressure.
Oh,
do you know what I mean? He does well under pressure. He can handle the criticism, and he's going to persevere through whatever your team throws at him. So I'm going to go with Job.
Interesting. Okay, next, my captain, my centre-back captain, King Solomon. Let's go. Right. First of all, he's going to get all the wags. all the wags that come into him. He's got wisdom. He's interceptive. He's level-headed.
Right.
You know, he's got it under control. You know, he's my Van Dijk.
Okay. No, my next pick, my captain, my favourite choice out of all of this
go for it.
is Joseph, Jesus' dad, the carpenter.
Okay.
Because he sorts things out in the changing room.
What?
If there's an issue, he doesn't want to make it a public appearance, okay? He doesn't want to be coming out and making any bad press. If there's an issue within the team, he's sorting it out in the dressing room. And that's how a captain should be, okay? He's not coming out and he's not bashing his players publicly and making them, but he sorts it out when he needs to sort it out.
I respect it.
And that's an honourable quality.
Nice. Well, I'm going to have to mention the second centre-back for a little partnership we've got going on.
Right.
We've got Hiram, the brass worker, because he does what Solomon instructs. They've got a great partnership going on.
Love that.
Yeah, you can find that in 1 Kings.
On a similar vein, I have Isaac. Because he does what he's told, and he's willing to sacrifice himself for the team. He's ready to sacrifice himself for the team. He's going to do what he's told, and he's going to play a role in the midfield.
I love it. Right. Next, we've got my central attacking midfielder. We have Philip the Apostle.
Right.
He's got legs. He runs after everything. He's box to box, literally.
Box to box, Phil.
Back and back. Yeah. What a speedy guy.
To match your Phil, I have John.
Okay.
With blistering pace, he beat Peter to the tooth.
That's why I didn't have Peter. Peter's not my
We are not having Peter, let me tell you. Peter's not getting involved because he's too slow, okay? Yeah. I mean, for some reason, he must have some sort of quality to be in the race against John. But if he's been battered to the point where he has to write it down, he's clearly no good.
I respect it.
So I take John.
I respect it. And finally, up front, my striker, Uriah. he's loyal on the front line, let me tell you that. And so, there we go.
My front man he's a bit mysterious.
Okay.
He's a bit of a wild card.
Yeah.
I'm pulling out Melchizedek.
What?
Melchizedek. The priest king. Melchizedek.
Yeah,
right?
go on.
Because he's got this mysterious aura about him. And when you see him on the pitch, you're not really sure, like, what can this man do?
Wow.
Do you know what I mean? And so he's just a little bit of a wild card. Shout out to
shout out to the bench.
On my bench, I was going for mass on my bench.
Okay.
Really, I've got Goliath and Samson. I thought, do you know what? If we need some, like, you know, just a centre back Brexit partnership, you know, then Goliath and Samson were going to come on and do a job.
That is good. I've got, for a defensive backup, we have Peter, the Rock. The Rock at the back. and then to replace Uriah when, you know, he gets tired.
When he gets killed off.
No, we have Joshua, you know, taking down those walls.
Oh, right, that was good.
I think I win. I actually think my team wins.
I don't think you do.
The fish that swallowed Jonah, King Solomon, Hiram the brass worker, Philip the apostle, and Uriah.
That is a good team. That is a good team. I've got Job. Job, who does well under pressure. Joseph, who sorts things out in the changing room. Isaac, who will sacrifice himself for the team. John with blistering pace. And Melchizedek, who's a bit mysterious.
That's crazy.
I think that was a great team. I think it would be a great derby to go to, I reckon.
Yeah, true.
What's your team got a name?
The good team.
The good team. Yeah, good mate.
Yeah.
My team doesn't have a name. Maybe
You set me up for nothing.
Melchizedek FC or something like that.
Nice.
Right.
Solomon's wives.
Solomon's wives. What, my team?
No. My captain.
Your captain.
Anyway,
I think my captain's still got to be Joseph.
It's a strong choice.
Sorts it out in the changing rooms. I thought that's hilarious. I came up with that myself. I know the others. I don't know why I said that. Anyway, the other thing that we mentioned earlier is we were going to do a tier list.
Yeah.
Now, I love a tier list. This tier list is a little bit on theme to do with Greek and mythology. It's going to be the Olympics.
Oh,
wow, the Olympics.
Love it.
So, here I have a tier list. I'm sorry you guys can't see this, but you'll do well to imagine
Envision it.
We have a tier list that goes S tier,
Yeah.
A, B, C, D, F.
Nice.
Okay, and S tier, I mean, that's just the best.
Yeah.
And F tier, we don't care, it's a bit rubbish.
Yeah.
Okay. And the game is
Yeah.
you, James,
That's me.
or us,
That's not me.
metaphorically,
Yes.
we are being called up to the Olympics in 2028.
Nice.
3 years away,
Thank you.
pretty much. I don't exactly, it's not pretty much. It is 3 years away.
They've noticed my athleticism.
You've got the call.
Nice.
And however, they don't know for what sport yet. They just know that they need you. And,
Team GB, let's go.
yes, and you have to decide, out of all of the sports, which sport are you most likely to compete in in 2028? Now, this isn't the sport that you like the most.
Yeah.
It's just the sport that you
what I'd
think
be
is going to be
good at.
easiest to get on top of your game for 2028.
Yeah.
So
Hit me.
we're going to
Let's
start
go.
with artistic swimming.
No.
Absolutely not.
No. F tier for me, honestly.
Can you swim?
Yeah. I can, but I'm a very unconfident, not confident swimmer.
Unconfident swimmer. I think a lot of the swimming things are going to be
F tier
F tier
for me. Yeah.
for you.
I couldn't. Especially that French guy in the Olympics. He was zooming all over the place. I don't know. It's sort of, I can be in.
Right. We've got a lot to go through here, actually.
Yeah.
Athletics.
Athletic. Is that just general?
General running, track kind of athletics.
It's gonna have to be a C, I reckon.
C, do you reckon?
C.
See, I think that's really hard because you're either built to be the fastest person on the planet or you're not. Do you know what I mean?
I'd have a good go.
You need to give it a good go.
I'd give it a
What
good
more
go.
can you ask for?
I'm not a Usain Bolt.
Right, badminton. Now, I reckon I'm not
You-
great at badminton.
You
but
look like you play badminton.
What's that supposed to mean?
I don't know, but you do.
I'd give badminton a good go, I reckon. I like badminton. I think I would fail at the first hurdle. Wait, wrong game.
I'd rather tennis than badminton, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
For me, I reckon let's put badminton in B tier. B for badminton.
I knew you were going to say that.
Next, we've got baseball.
Baseball.
If anything, secondary school rounders is to go off.
I don't think we can go back to secondary school PE, otherwise that'll all be F. Okay, so I reckon it probably goes in front of athletics on a C.
In front, okay.
C,
in front of athletics. Yeah, that's not a bad shout. Basketball. I don't think we can. We're not tall enough.
No. Yeah. Yeah, no F.
That's not good. Not good.
I'm not tall enough. You could probably get away with it.
No, I don't think so. Have you seen them? They're all like 6'9", like 7 foot. Also, I just can't play basketball.
Okay,
anyway.
fair enough.
Next, we've got beach volleyball. Now, I have never played beach volleyball.
To be fair, Ollie Ward said that because I'm great at bucket uppy, which we do on performing arts, I'd probably be quite decent at volleyball.
Okay, well...
So I reckon A.
Ollie Ward says it's going A tier, so it's going A tier.
A tier.
Thank you, Ollie Ward, for your...
There we go.
Next, boxing.
I have always wanted to do boxing. I have boxing gloves.
But can you compete in an Olympic level?
Can I compete in an Olympic level?
In 3 years' time?
Probably no.
I think
not at all.
We would get battered.
Although I would train. I reckon if you told me now you're in those Olympics for boxing,
you got to train for 3 years.
I would train straight for 3 years, and I will probably give it a good go. But again, no. So we'll put it D.
I think D. Am I more likely to do boxing than basketball?
Yeah, I am.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
All right.
Even if I get knocked out, it's still a bit.
Okay, I've got. There's going to be a few that's going to come up,
yeah.
And I would just like to preface with, I think they should all be in F tier.
Okay.
I don't think there's a chance that we'll ever be able to compete.
That's fine.
Canoe slalom.
F. I don't even know what that is, but F.
I don't think we're going to be able to do canoe slalom. Have you seen the whitewater rapids when they're like?
No.
Do you know what I mean? They're like throwing themselves.
No, but either way, that's not a bit of it.
Okay, we've got a canoe sprint.
You can't. Canoes do not run. Hold on a second. That's wrong.
Canoe sprint. No, they don't even swim. They float.
No, yeah.
I think that's also an F.
Yeah, F. Yeah.
Okay. Cycling, but a BMX cycle.
I can't ride a bike.
You can't ride a bike?
No, I can't ride a bike.
James, do you want me to teach you how to ride a bike? And then together we will go into the Olympics.
Oh yeah, that's fair. I could definitely do that in 3 years.
Okay, I've got 5.
D.
5?
Put it in D. It goes in D.
It goes in D, even though you can't ride a bike.
Yeah, because I'd learn in 3 years.
Okay, but we can't learn how to play.
It's probably just as easy as riding a bike.
Okay, and we've got mountain biking.
That's basically what we would learn with here. So put it right underneath.
I think that's hard. I think that's harder than BMX.
Oh, it would be harder, but
yeah, we've got track cycling. I think that's easier than
BMX.
Mountain biking.
Put it in front of that then.
I'm probably just offending everyone saying that it's easier.
Yeah, because we're the real professionals.
We are the real professionals. Okay, here is the next one, and I think this is the one I would put in S tier. As
interesting.
There's 2. I've done this before. I've shown it to James. There's 2 I think I would put in S tier.
Okay.
And this is one of them. Archery.
Yeah, S tier.
Archery, because
I'm so good at archery, by the way.
Are you?
Yeah, I did like a school trip, like year 6. So this was a long time ago.
Yeah, that put you in the Olympics.
But I bossed archery.
Did you?
Genuinely.
Love that.
Great stuff.
I think it's all about technique.
Yeah.
And I think technique is what you can learn in 3 years. I can't grow an extra 6 inches to play basketball.
That's true.
Do you know what I mean? It's one of them. It's one of them.
Yeah.
Next, diving.
F.
Absolutely not. We're going to fly through these.
Even if I could swim, I wouldn't do diving.
All right, there's 3 to do with horses here. Dressage, equestrian eventing, equestrian jumping.
Nothing with horses. They'll probably end up killing me or something.
Fencing, I think I could give that a good go.
Fencing, yeah.
C, B?
B.
Yeah, below badminton. Yeah. Football. Let me tell you, if Melchizedek's on my team, let me tell you, the Malvern Lions Football Club, okay, that some of us here at Regents play for, and it's astounding.
I don't.
James doesn't. I can't sing its praises high enough. We lose every game, but we have so much fun along the way. And, you know, sometimes we share Jesus with the other teams, which is fantastic. Yeah. Get to pray before the game, and we all have fun. And
all right, Ben, stick it in S tier.
No, I reckon it's got to go in A tier.
Fair.
Thing is, if you put me
international teams,
but hold on, if you put me in the England team, okay, like a high performing England team, right? Maybe not Like, we've got Thomas Tuchel now, so big changes happening. Okay, new gaffer's come in, new right back Ben Aylin's come in. I reckon I'd do a job.
Fair.
Maybe not against. Oh, maybe. I think they would discover a weakness on the right hand side of the pitch and probably lean towards coming towards me most of the time. Yeah. But if I had my teammates around to support me, or even if they just put me in like, oh no, I can't play. Golf, I'm terrible at golf. I'd put it in F tier. I'm so bad at golf. Every game of golf I've ever played, I've lost.
Mini golf, crazy golf. I'm all about
I
it.
lose at them.
So,
I lose every game.
I'm so good. This isn't. This is a team game.
What do you want? C?
High C. We'll put it high C.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gymnastics?
No. F.
No. Gymnastics with the flag, with the ribbon?
No gymnastics.
Are you just dancing around with the ribbon?
Still F.
I reckon at least D for the ribbon.
What?
Handball. I need to learn the rules first.
Yeah. Probably F because I'm not familiar.
Probably F. Okay, I've got another cycling, road cycling. I suppose that's F, isn't it?
Is that just?
It's just cycling on the road.
It's just a normal activity.
Cycling on the road, just going to work. Road cycling. Anyway, judo, karate, like all these ones.
All the martial arts.
Taekwondo.
Probably F. Because at the end of the day, I'd probably end up losing my life against Olympic athletes.
Okay, I'm gonna put Greco-Roman wrestling and freestyle wrestling also in F.
Yeah, freestyle wrestling.
Freestyle
just do what you want.
Just do it. Boom, boom. I knew you were gonna do it. Okay, weightlifting. F. Weightlifting.
D.
What? In 3 years?
You don't have to be good. You just have to compete.
Okay, it's in D. Right, I've got marathon swimming.
No, F.
Absolutely not. Pentathlon, modern pentathlon.
No.
So that's
F.
Swimming, horses.
F.
We've got rowing. What are we going to do about rowing?
Do we get to link up if we're doing rowing?
Yeah, we can be a little rowing partners.
If you're my rowing partner, I reckon we put it B.
C. B, yeah, B, that's what I meant to say.
I reckon we could.
I don't think we could, but we'll give it a go. Rugby.
Rugby.
Gonna get battered.
Yeah.
Gonna get battered.
I don't want to.
I used to play rugby, but I get battered. Sailing. I've never sailed before.
No.
Selt. I've never.
Please don't say that again.
I have never been sailing before.
We can selt together.
It's going in F.
Never mind.
Okay, the next contender for S tier.
Yeah.
Shooting.
Yeah, you have to put it.
I think shooting is the one for me that would be top of the list. This is the one I could probably compete in if I tried hard enough.
Yeah,
if every single day for the next 3 years, I just practice my shooting technique.
100%.
I mean, these guys in the Olympics have been doing that every day for their entire lives. But I think I'm more likely to be able
to... You get a meme out of it if you do well as well. Like,
that's true. Like,
just hand in pocket, and just a pair
I feel
of
like
jeans.
I'm more likely to be able to do that, though, than some of the others.
Yeah, fair.
Skateboarding.
I'd probably end up hurting myself.
I'd break all my legs.
Yeah.
Sport climbing. That's so cool. Have you seen them do that? This is so fast. I would love to be able to do that. I just don't think I could.
No.
There's
so many in F.
I know, there's literally all in F. Surfing. I've never been surfing.
No, neither.
Although I'm going to put it above weightlifting.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll allow it.
Hockey.
Oh, hockey. Put quite high, I reckon.
See? See tier?
Because even if you don't do it well, you could just break the Olympics shins. What? Not that you would want to.
Yeah, we don't condone that.
Not that you would want. We don't condone violence. But
yeah, but you could.
If you want.
If you so chose, we could. Okay. Next, we have table tennis.
Table tennis.
I reckon that's quite high.
You do well at that.
Have you seen them play table tennis though?
Yes, I have.
It's crazy. I couldn't do that.
You could compete at that level.
David Eiter, if you're watching, I can beat you. But I cannot beat the Olympic level table tennis players.
Put it high though. I reckon
it's above golf. It's above rowing.
Yeah, put it there.
It's above badminton. I'm putting it above badminton. Taekwondo. No, I'm going to get battered, mate.
No.
Tennis.
Like a C, probably.
Yeah, better than golf. I hate golf. I'm so bad at golf. You know, I've never won a game of mini golf.
Wii Sports Olympics.
That's a very different kettle of fish.
Yeah, but we
trampolining.
No.
I reckon trampolining's easier than.
No, you see what they do. They like
They do.
We
That is
cannot
true.
do that.
We can't compete. D. I still reckon I'd do better at trampolining than I would weightlifting, though.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Triathlon, running, cycling, swimming.
No.
I'd be finished. Volleyball, yeah, maybe better than.
Yeah, volleyball.
That's up there. Water polo. Oh.
Is that just water horses?
No, there's no horses. It's with the ball.
Oh, I don't know.
We've got water polo. I reckon that's.
I don't even know.
No, it's got to be
is.
D. It's got to be D.
I can't compete in something if I don't know what it is. But I'm sure it's great.
And swimming. No, I get battered at swimming.
Yeah.
Well, that is all of our list.
Wow.
Hope you followed along.
Nice.
Vaguely
That's great.
well.
I love that.
Let us know what sports you think you do best at competing in.
Yeah, true.
Is it shooting and archery, as I think it should be? Because I think we'd get battered at. I think we'd get battered at that, but I think we'd do.
Yeah, we don't win any of them. We're not bringing home the gold, silver, or bronze.
We're not on the podium, but any of these.
Participation award, more like. Yeah.
But I think shooting and archery gives us our best chance.
Yes, 100%.
Well,
yeah.
This has been our first episode of 2025 back on the Regents Pod. We hope you have enjoyed. Cheers.
Cheers.
And we've had a great time. Let us know anything that you want to see from us. We are going to start posting more regularly. We've got some new ideas up and coming. We're excited. We're having fun. You know, we're coming to the end of our Regents journey. And to be honest, I've had a great time. Yeah. We're continuing to have a great time.
And we want to share that little bit of enjoyment with you, really.
We just want to have fun.
Yeah.
So let us know what you're thinking, what you like. Speak to us. Hope you have a great week, and we'll see you soon.
Goodbye.